Welcome. This is chapter 1, Mishna 4 in Pirkei Avot. We're going to jump right in and get started. The Mishnah begins, Yossi ben Yoezer ish Tzreda, Yossi, son of Yoezer, who is a man from Tzreda, the town of Tzreda, V'Yossi ben Yochanan, Yossi, son of Yochanan, ish Yerushalayim, who was from Jerusalem, Kiblu mehem, they received the tradition. Yosef ben Yoezer ish Tzreda omer. So first, before we go on to what they say, I just want to talk momentarily. The Bartanura mentions, who's one of the commentaries on the Mishnah, he mentions that all these pairs, we're now moving into a period where all of the Mishnayot in the rest of this section, or at least for a while, are pairs of people instead of individuals. And the Bartanura says that each pair, the first one mentioned is the Nasi, who's sort of the head of the Sanhedrin. And then the second one mentioned is the Av Beit Din, the head of the court. So whereas one is sort of more of a position of a leader for a community of people learning and sort of the head of the community per se, the second is the head of the actual Beit Din, the actual Jewish legal court that makes sort of a final decision where necessary in specific cases. So that's who Yossi would be. Yosef ben Yoezer would be the head of the Nasi, the sort of prince, the head of the community, and Yossi ben Yoezer, that is, and Yossi ben Yochanan would be the head of the Beit Din, the head of the court. So what did they have to say? Yossi ben Yoezer ish tzreda omer, Yehi beitcha beit vad lachachamim, veheve mit'abek ba'afar ragleihem, veheve shoteh betzama et divreihem. So Yossi ben Yoezer, he says that you should make your house a meeting place for wise people, and that you should get yourself covered in dust from their feet, and that you should drink thirstily from their words. So what does this mean? So the Rambam says that the idea to make your house a meeting place, it means basically you should make your home a welcoming place to wise people to come and learn, so that if the rabbis are standing around, they run into each other in the street or whatever, and they say, hey, we really have this question we need to think through, let's go somewhere and have a conversation about it. They should think immediately, we want to go to so-and-so's house because they're always very welcoming and it's a good place. And then once you've welcomed them into your orbit, that they're going to be present in your home, you can sort of sit at their feet or follow after them in the street, such that you're getting the dust of their feet on you. I always tell people that in my time in yeshiva, I think I learned a lot in terms of just reading texts, but the really deep stuff, the most I learned was from overhearing or politely listening in on the rabbis talking to each other, because they were discussing things on a much higher level, and also not just textually from a higher level, but also from a more mature perspective of people who had been doing this for a long time. So you learn a lot from overhearing not just the content of what people say, but hearing the way they talk about it with each other when they're sort of insider knowledge and they're comfortable with each other and they have a lot of shared experience. They go a lot deeper, and you can sort of grab onto their coattails and go deep with them. And since you now have that opportunity, it says you should drink it in like someone who is very thirsty. In other words, you should draw in the words that they say thirstily. Not like someone that, I'll take it, I'll take a drink, like someone at the end of a meal who's really full, but I'll take a little bit more. You should drink in the words of Torah and wisdom as if a thirsty person, wandering in the desert, because that's how valuable it is, right? They say the comparison of drinking in words of Torah here to drinking is not coincidental. In general, we say that water is always a metaphor for Torah because it's the most life-giving thing. And if you really believe that what God wants from the world is the most important thing, in the world, well, it is. It's like water. It's something that's necessary for life. And that's all for Chapter 1, Mishnah 4.